Greetings, scientific explorers. It's Professor Uys, where it's naturally all about science. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. On our journey, diving through the body systems, we're going to take a journey into the digestive system. So, feast your eyes on what I have in store for you today. You. Wipe that drool, because without you even knowing, your digestive system is already on the go, right? The function of the digestive system is to whatever you put in your mouth, break it down so it can be absorbed into your blood. Your blood is the highway to your body, so it needs to carry all the nutrients, fats, whatever you ate to the rest of your body so it can use, like cells to respire. So that's the function. The components is quite complicated, because the digestive system is one of the underrated systems in the body. It's very complex, and unfortunately, we don't look after it. So, firstly, it is the good part. You have to bite into something. The first part component is your mouth, that consists out of your teeth and your salivary glands. The teeth grinds the food, mechanical digestion, and your saliva consists out of enzymes, which already, that's why you drooled, start chemically break down the food even before it goes down your throat. So mouth is first, then as you swallow, it goes down your esophagus in a little ball called bolus. The saliva and the mucus in your mouth, the mucus, forms a little ball, we call that a bolus, and it's literally like a basketball court. Your tongue, dunk it into your throat, runs down your throat into your esophagus. Your esophagus performs something called peristalsis. Right. Now, as it goes according to muscles, those are smooth muscles. And the amazing thing about smooth muscles is they can do peristalsis. And peristalsis is like a Mexican wave at a soccer match. It is a wave-like contraction where the esophagus then pushes the food down as it goes to your stomach. So the old wives' tale of you can't lie down or stand on your head and eat, well, it ain't true. So then your esophagus moves the food to your stomach, where it into the pool of enzymes and acids. Your stomach's only purpose is to churn it like a washing machine. So all those food particles that's been chewed is in your stomach. Your stomach also, through peristalsis, washes it with or mixes it with the acids and the enzymes so that it coats all the parts, and that just helps it to easily break down further. Then you sit with a slush. Not very appetizing, but a slushy in your stomach. That then gets from your stomach on its way to the small intestine, but there's a small part called the ileum where magic takes place. Your liver produces gall. Gall is a greenish, disgusting tasting substance that gets produced by the liver. That gets stored in the gallbladder. And as you eat fats, the gall secretes that bile into your ileum, and that starts emulsifying fat. And emulsifying is just a fancy word of saying I've got one chunk of fat, and that gets broken down into hundreds of smaller particles, so it's easier to absorb. The same as sunlight liquid in your dishwasher, right? So after the bile are secreted by the gallbladder into this slush, your pancreas, which secretes a hormone called insulin. Now, those people suffering from diabetes will know that the pancreas isn't functioning properly if someone has diabetes, because it's very important to regulate your blood sugar. Right? So the pancreas secretes insulin that lowers the blood sugar. Awesome story on another topic. Go research it. So now you have the slushed bile insulin mix, and that goes into your small intestine. But there's nothing small about the small intestine. It covers anything between 7 to 9 meters, going back and forth, and the reason is so that it has enough time to absorb all those food nutrients. So the main purpose of the small intestine is to absorb food particles into your blood, right? So apart from being long, it also has these weird looking tentacle things inside. So if you take a dissection of the small intestine, the walls have all these finger thingies hanging from it. Those are called villi. And the only purpose of the villi is to enlarge the already long surface area bigger, to make it bigger so that it has even more time to absorb all those food particles. So that villi is rigged with capillaries. The food particles goes through the villi into the blood, and your blood take care of the rest. So now it passes through your small intestine. All the good stuff, the fats, the proteins, you feel strong already, is where it needs to go. But everything that's left behind needs to discard. So the water has no longer a role. So there's moisture as it goes through to help it move easily, but now all the particles are out that's needed. So that's where your large intestine comes into play. Right? It doesn't need to be long, it just needs to suck up all the water, because your body also runs on water. Right? One thing before we get to this large intestine is, back in the previous video when we talked about cell structures, we said that a plant cell's wall contains cellulose. Now cellulose, like we said, is indigestible. It doesn't break down. So it forms something that looks like a loofah. Right? A loofah that you wash yourself with underneath the shower. That fiber, cellulose, goes through your small intestine, and it cleans and rubs all those villi to make sure that nothing gets caught, rot, and make you sick. So that's why fiber is actually good for you, apart from keeping you regular. So now you have this clean waste consisting of undigested food, the fiber, and all other waste products. The water is sucked out, and suddenly it forms a nice, firm looking you-know-what. So that then passes through your large intestine. It gets accumulated in your rectum. The purpose of a rectum is a storage for things we don't like to talk about. So if there isn't fiber, all those waste particles compact and becomes very dense and very painful to get rid of. So do yourself a favor, eat fiber, make it nice and loose, so when you release through your anus, it's a more pleasant experience. So the last part is the anus, which is literally just the mouth on the other side of the end, because it's just a muscle that opens and closes as it needs to relieve yourself. Thank you very much. Next time when you swallow something, think twice, because it is going to go all the way through